Hello everyone, and welcome to a little bit of a base tour. Here is a Sakurajima oil base that I made. Starting off, I just have a nice little relaxing area with a bar and table and bathroom area, and of course piano, with a piano for music, and with some really nice scenic overlooks, especially with the World Tree and the Sakurajima Tower. So I know that this is, I think, in one of the main locations for oil in Sakurajima, or at least from what I have read online, because there are two oil spots here and here that I have oil rigs on to load them up. Um, and basically, I decided to build a three-tier base around this, with the first level more guaranteed towards mining. With I have a couple menace stings, and as well as the oil rigs to keep it relatively open, so that way pals can get in and out very easily. And I'm trying to keep everything at least to height, so no one gets stuck. I have the ore facility, the stone mine, the coal, and the lumber yard. I don't have the sulfur because there are two naturally occurring sulfur deposits over here that the menacing generally clean up. And then I have furnaces as well as the chest to dump the large amounts of ore and plasteel ingots and plasteel in. And I'll go through what pals I have working the base in just a little bit. Here on the second floor is the effectively the barracks, where I have hot springs, a lot of beds, as well as the manufacturing. So I have a item assembly line, the sphere assembly line, and a weapon assembly line, as well as for medicine, and a second row of vegetable gardens, basically, where I'm growing lettuce and tomatoes, and as well as some red berries for medicine. And basically, this entire base is vegetarian, going off of salads, unless I get something that very unique. And then here, um, I have effectively just some random tall stuff. I have the work stand that allows me to um, modify what types of work everyone does. Like here we have Ferdinand von Ayer, who is not allowed to run the smelters because he does not have a very high fire skill. I've got the Dragon Ball Z fuser, the Lucario statue for upgrading pals, and closets full of skill fruit, a lamp to light things up. And I have a lot of glass walls just for visibility, and there are open spots, mostly just so I can run around and drop through, so I can just very quickly navigate to whatever part of the base that I want to, while the pals themselves have clear navigation. And I really do like the open top, because in this particular save, I have a good old best dragon here who can just very obviously fly around, come in for a landing, and then I can just hop off and fall back down here with my paraglider to the base. Currently, there's one flex slot kind of at the ranch. I wasn't originally planning on having a ranch at this base. However, there's just plenty of room for it on the roof. And here is my nice little ice dragon that I didn't remember was nocturnal until literally today when I was recording this. And for the ice food box, where you can see you have tons of salads, some mushrooms that are chopped down from the local mushrooms, as well as just a bunch of other stuff. Now, specifically to keep the base up and running, I have two Pitalias, just because they have really good planting and harvesting skills, as well as they're able to transport. The flex slot is occupied by this Demud, so that way I can get PAL oil for the polymers and circuit boards. And I have four Zerks. This is probably overkill, especially since I think three of them have artisan, and two of them are nocturnal. So basically, they're keeping these two oil pumps running constantly day and night, which is really nice. And then I went all in and got a 4-star plasma that I named Magma, and they have four basically they have a 5 in mining and a 4 in fire. Now I could have gone with the Yormantide Ignis, however, I know that I'm not going to be constantly refining things, so I figured the 4 should be fine with Artisan and Nocturnal, and then the 5 on mining, they can just work wherever in getting ore, stone, coal, um, pretty much whenever they want. And Nocturnal is nice just so they're working around the clock. Menacing, because they're dark type pals, work through the night normally, so I have a couple menacing to get effectively manning the mines. I very much just like Wixen, so I have one running around as transport and crafting help, and this is kind of also a flex slot, I guess, where I have a quiver and boat in here for good transport skills, and again, just keeping um, all the vegetable gardens up and running. And for water, I have an Azure Robe. I could be using a Yarmantide Ignis, but again, there was some with 2 height. Generally, or I guess by two height, I mean 2 wall units of height. You generally avoid a lot of pathing issues. But the Yarmantide Ignis was large enough that it still was running into some potential issues. So I have an Azure Robe, which has 3 on its water skill, which has been plenty. The only thing that's not specifically the vegetable gardens is just the regular crusher that's here in order to make paldium fragments. So that's more than sufficient. And then lastly, I have a Nocturnal Shroomer with their ability Swooshy Spores, which makes everyone relaxed and keeps all the pals with higher sanity values. So everyone is nice and happy working the base. Um, and I do occasionally run into some aggro from enemies along the sides. As you can see, there is a nice blue dino there that is hanging out on top of a little fishing shack. The Croziros are honestly probably the biggest problem, just with how aggressive they are. And I have the glass here mostly just so I can see, and windows so I can shoot out if they decide to try and aggro. And like I said, I have the occasional gap spot so I can just drop down wherever without having to worry about pals falling off. So, and like I said, I know that this is one of the online, like this is one of like the best oil farming locations, but I thought I did a pretty nice job making a cute and relaxing base just to hang out in, that uses the space efficiently and has pretty much everything you need for like a full weapons weapons and armor manufacturing base. Um, so yeah, I hope you just enjoyed a nice little relaxing tour of where Arena has been hanging out on her effectively multiverse video game journey. Thank you all for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the base and got some nice ideas for yourself if you choose to build here. And I'll catch you in the next video. Have an awesome day. See ya.